Evening folks, this is Best in Slot and we are back working on our InGen test facility thingamajiggy for Jurassic World Evolution, our custom park build featuring modded dinosaurs and indeed even a modded landscape. In the last video we added a few new dinos, let's check those out right now. We have our Oviraptors including Pablo, there he is, there's Pablo. We have Dino Meat, which is a nice morbid name, thank you for that one. We have Rapacious Verse and we also have Egg Boy. There's Egg Boy. That's all of those, yep. And we also got our brand new Styracosaurus as well, looking beautiful. We have Hibiscus, Paprika, and Alpha Centauri. And of course we did have the Tyrannosaurus Rexes back from the first video, and in that list we have Donald Gennaro, nice and apt name right there. And we also have Kaleidoscope, a lovely name for a sleeping T-Rex. If you want to leave any more name suggestions for the dinosaurs we're going to feature in this video, do not hesitate to do so in the comment section down below. Now, we're going to feature two new mods today, yet again, two brand new dinosaurs, well, reskins of existing dinosaurs. So the mods we're going to use are the Jurassic World revised base Raptor, which is an amazing looking Velociraptor mod that's going to take the default Jurassic World Raptors and bring them up to the standard of the Return to Jurassic Park ones, but with some pretty awesome skins, and that is by Creeper PS1, whose work I think I've featured before. And then we're also going to make Majungasaurus. Majungasaurus typically, I would say, one of the slightly more boring dinosaurs in the game just because of the skins. It's a very interesting dinosaur, the Majungasaurus, you know, with all the talk about cannibalism and it's got a very odd body shape and all this kind of stuff. But in game, the skins are a little bit boring. Well, this skin is not boring, so I'm going to pop a few of these out. I think there are custom... Whoops, Daisy. I think there are custom skins for it, so we're going to test them all out and pick the ones we want. I know I want the default one, but we could maybe have more than that. This is the skin, I'm just going to read the name out. It is Elaf Carinata Majungasaurus skin, and that is by Demantia. And basically, the Elaf, I'm going to go Elaf. Elaf Carinata is the king rat snake, a snake that's known for its cannibalism. So they've taken the very evocative skin of this king snake and applied it to the Majungasaurus, which I think is a very, very cool idea. So I'm excited to see that. And, yeah, they need somewhere to live. I've also decided we need a little bit of height and depth, and everything's a little bit flat right now, so I kind of want to maybe screw around with the hills a little bit, maybe raise up this area here, maybe make like a bit of a mountain behind, because I don't think I want to build directly behind here. And to an extent, InGen or whoever my company is would want to control the landscape. You know, they're going to want to... they're not going to build somewhere that's not relatively flat and controlled, because, you know, why would they? However, they also can't control the planet completely, you know? So there needs to be mountain shapes, and there needs to be depth, and there needs to be rivers and all that kind of jazz. There's only so much nature controlling you can do, but just that is already a step in the right direction. I'm going to bring it up a little bit more around here as well. Nice big old mountain in the middle there, big chunky boy. Does take up a bit of room, but whatever. I like the idea of like part of the park being actually elevated, generally speaking. So I might raise up, say, this back portion entirely, and you have to go up a little hill or something. Maybe we'll have got a monorail that takes you further up into the mountainside. That'd be pretty cool. For now, where are we going to build this next habitat? I think, I might even have the monorail curve through the mountains a little bit there. Oh, there's a storm on the way, folks. There's a storm a-coming. Let's just flatten all that down there. Raise this up. Ooh, raise... Nope. Nope. I don't know. And a little bit of water. Let's get wet. I like it like that. I love that. That just makes me very happy. Through where the monorail is. We're going to thin it down a little bit. Maybe the monorail has like a geothermal thing going on, and it somehow pulls its energy up from the river. Whether that makes sense or not is it's up for debate, okay? It's up for debate. Now I can't see a bloody thing because of the storm, but I don't want to turn the storms off. The storms are cool. Oh, it's a big boy as well. I can hear that just... The wind of the whistle. The wind of the whistle? The whistle of the wind. There's our Dimorphodons floating about. Well, flying, I guess. They'd probably be offended if I said they were just floating. Okay, so whilst all this is going on, we're going to get to work on the habitat. I don't really want to release the dinosaurs during this because I want you to be able to enjoy the skins, and kind of hard to enjoy the skins when you can't see the skins. So what we're going to do for this Majungasaurus slash Velociraptor, we're going to bring them together because they can actually live together. I think we're going to curl it around the DNA. So there. Let's just stick some path in and hope for the best. How's that for a plan? And it's over. And as mysteriously as it began, the storm has come to an end. I don't know, just trying to think of like a pattern or an idea, something we can do to make this more interesting. I don't know what that is, but it's different, you know. That's what matters, right? No. There we go. Hey, look at that, perfect timing. We're gonna just get the habitat done on a very basic level, just the outskirts, you know. Let's get a fence in there. So you can either walk around here or you can walk down here, walk along here through our little display area, and then you'll see the dinosaur there. How do we make it interesting, though? Maybe we just mess around with the habitat itself. Maybe it doesn't have to be the fence design. Maybe the habitat can be a little bit different. We're also going to bring in a crazy angle. There it is. Look at that. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay, we want that to be straight as possible. There we go. And we're going to go hard in on the security stuff because it is, you know, Velociraptors and Majungasaurus. We should really, like, especially with the carnivores, try to emphasize the security element a little bit. What I actually want to do is destroy that. Make it again. And drag it just a little bit further out. Just so we can actually... Oh. Drag it just a little further out so we can go that way. And then it's going to stop there. It's going to come across. About there. It's a big exhibit, this. Which makes sense. It's raptors, right? They wanna rampage around doing raptor things. I'm gonna try to match that angle. Might be optimistic on my part. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. But we're gonna make it look cool. I've got like a bit of an idea that I want to do. I like that. That's a cool shape. It's a cool shape. It's got a little viewing area. I think we'll toughen that up a little bit, make it a little bit less easy to look in, and we might do more viewing over on the other side as well. It is definitely the biggest habitat we've done, but we'll have lots of raptors in there. Right, now that we can at least get the dinosaurs delivered, let's take a look at this Majungasaurus. I'm really excited about this. It looks awesome. It's very, very colourful and bright and over the top, which is kind of what I like. Yeah, there it is. The rat snake Majungasaurus. Majungasaurus is just so boring by default, and this thing's a baller. Look at it. It's terrifying. I love it. And it's very, very cool. It makes Majungasaurus like 5,000 times more threatening. It really does. So not a dinosaur. It's just the skins of Majungasaurus are genuinely usually the problem. And that is not. That is not a problem right there. That's a beauty right there. An absolute little stunner. Love it. Just that huge amount of contrast between the black and the yellow, you know? Even, like, all the spikes are yellow on the body, they're all black on the back, but the yellow spikes continue down, so they're like pockmarking the blackness of the thighs right there. Now, that one I definitely want to keep, but it should have... I don't know if the alternate colours have been changed. In theory, they should be, right? Because that's how this works. Yeah. Now, as far as I'm aware, the mod maker didn't go through and change these. Alternate skins will change automatically. That's kind of how Jurassic World Evolution skins work. So we can pop them all out and see what we get. Now that was Rainforester one. So maybe two of these, like a couple, like an actual mating couple of Majungasauruses that then live in tense harmony with the Velociraptors. Not only were we testing out interspecies living between carnivores, but then, you know, depending on how we set up the environment, that'll mix things up as well.
We are pleased to welcome
A Youngosaurus. Is that correct? I don't know. That one could be correct. This may be one of the times where I shouldn't argue with the last. I like this one. It's got like a little hint of brown colour to it. I actually prefer that over the default. That's pretty cool. That's actually very cool. The black and the white, I like that a lot. And then the yellow spikes. This one I don't like so much. Although it looks near enough identical, so what am I on about? That one's gone. That one's gone. I actually think that one... I think I want like two very disparate colours, right? So I think we want this one and this one so far. That's my two winners at this point. Get rid of that. Right, what do you need? Do you need more space? Yeah. Right, if we pop up in this gate, that actually might just be enough, you know? Maybe? What if I pop open this gate? This is what the gates are for. It's like a modular exhibit expansion system. Nearly there. One more gate might do it, you know? Modular system at work. Very cool. Alright, so we're going to wait on those two Majungas. I don't want to send these ones around and commit to these ones until we know these are the Majungasauruses that we want. So, in the meantime, we can work on the habitat. And this is what I want to do for the next park. Somebody's done a Florida Everglades themed sort of decoration pack and, you know, textures and trees and all that kind of jazz. And it looks really cool. And I like the idea of building much more natural zoo than this. We're going to go back to Jurassic Park mode, and it's going to be like an Everglades swampy kind of thing. That's the next zoo, the next park we're going to do. But I'm in that kind of mood now, you know, that's what I want to do. So I think we're going to basically do that here as well. That's going to be their test. I also think Majungasaurus, even if not in reality, kind of suits that kind of environment. It's got that kind of froggy kind of look to it, you know. So we're going for a moist environment. Like so. Yeah. I'm trying to think whether we want access to this down here. I think we're going to hill this off. At the end of the day, the punters, the normies, they're not allowed down here, are they? That would be blocked off somewhat. You have ruined my lovely water. How dare you? There we go. Okay, cool. So we can do something else behind here, have more viewing areas and stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. How are we doing over here? Were you meant to be asleep? Yeah, you're not the one I like. Oh, that's... Oh, no! The goats! The goats have escaped! Oh, no! Oh, no! It's horrible! It's horrible! I was not part of the plan, it must be said. Right, so... I think we want to avoid the rock. I think the dirt is going to look pretty cool. It is forest floory, so I'm not sure it's really Everglady, but I always imagine these not as being like super green areas. There should be brown and texture in there, you know? Okay, and we need some trees. What are these trees like? They're pretty cool. But we want these redwoods, I think. Now, we don't want to go overboard, but we do need enough of them that the Majungas are going to be happy. I think they need like a fairly decent amount of forest, the Majungasaurus, so... Try to do little areas that are more... It's funny that those can go in the water, but the single ones can't. So that one... Okay. Never mind. Ignore me. Shut up, Best in Slaughter. Okay. So a bit of a thicker forest over here on the left. I'll put some behind there as well. It's gonna look cool. I'm gonna bring in some normal forest, but not too much. Mainly over there, on that outskirts bit where it's kind of like the forest has breached the fence and has moved it. Oh, I don't even like that. Well, that's better though. That's nice. It's going to be cool. It'll look better when there's more stuff around the exhibit itself as well. I think I want to make this, whilst we're here. Ah, that's the problem. This rubbish. Get rid of that. Get some rock on there. It should feel a bit more mountainous. And now it does. Don't know why I was dramatic about that, but we have to be. And same over here, just the top of it, you know, where the grass doesn't necessarily grow. A little bit of rock on there just to establish it as a mountain. And then we kill this rubbish. Nice, very cool. Right, let's check out these last two Majungas and then we can move on to the Velociraptors. I love it! It's even cooler because it's orange and black, and that's a baller colour scheme, even when you're not a 12-year-old. Oh, I don't know if I want that one or the yellow one.
We are pleased to welcome a Majungasaurus to the park.
Oh, I think I still prefer the... Oh, I still prefer the yellow. I do. There's not much in it. This is the last chance, Majungasaurus. Impress me. I actually really like that. I don't think it suits the park as well, but I do like it quite a lot. It's pretty cool, actually. It's a little bit more subtle than the... Oh, I might use that one instead of the current black and white one. I think that... no. I like the ones we've got. Okay, cool. Right, with that done then, it's time for some Velociraptors. So, let's go down here, and what this does, it even changed the picture. Even though I didn't do the thing to change the picture, so I'm not sure why it has. Anyways, Velociraptor, we're just going to use the defaults. That's what's been replaced. All the basic Jurassic World Velociraptors that you know and potentially love, I guess. So none of those. Actually, funnily enough, these ones over here, Echo, Delta, Charlie, Blue, have been swapped onto these new models. These have been not just retextured, but also remodeled. But we're just going to go and we're going to get all 5 of them, basically. So Arid, and then we'll pop out a Vivid as well. No more speed, it's time for capacity. There we go, 5 beautiful raptors. Right. Now that we're done, I'm shutting the gate. No more bloody goats, alright? I have to hope that they just die in time. Don't fight! Hey, guys! Whoa, 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 whoa. Settle down, settle down. I'll have none of that in my bloody park, thank you. Now, I would release goats. Unfortunately, you can actually only have a limited number of goats in your park. And because we've got 10,000 goats in the other bit of the park, we actually can't have goats in this part of the park. It's cool though, rather annoyingly. I'm going to bring in some... Coastal? Crag? What's the swampiest? That's pretty swampy. Crag? I think Crag's the winner here. It's a better colour as well, I think. I would say that's a better colour. That kind of yellowish. We're going for a quite... Not a dry swamp, but not a green one either. It's more tempered than that. Oh, we need rocks and stuff. Of course we need rocks and stuff. Best and stuff, you fool. This is the only problem with the redwoods. Because of their size and stuff, they don't really cover the sides as much. I don't like being able to see the fence to the extent that we can. We can see a lot of fence right now. And I don't typically like that in my enclosures. Let's get some rocks anyway. Sorry. Big tree. No, I will resist. It's not the enclosure for a big tree. I mean, okay, technically every enclosure is the enclosure for the big tree because the big tree is the best thing to happen to any of us. But for now, we will resist the big tree. Rocks will help though. Rocks are going to make this look a lot better. I think. I might bring in some trees around the edges. You know, this exhibit felt huge, and then as soon as I started to put things in, and you know, the dinosaurs were on the way, it just feels tiny again. Excuse me. I actually have a cough developing. No jokes. That looks better. Maybe what we can do is replace the fence. It's a little bit cheeky, but it will blend in a lot better. It also kind of ruins the vibe we're going for, but we can probably find an in-universe justification for why we wouldn't use the... It does look a lot better, doesn't it? We can probably find a reason why we would be using these more chilled fences. I don't know what that is yet, but we'll come up with something. We'll put some redwood down here. We're going to go hard on the redwood. I want this to look like a big old redwood forest at the back. I would love a redwood brush. I know they're individual items, and I'm sure there's a good reason, but just a proper redwood brush would be amazing. It really would. Maybe that's something we'll get one day. Maybe in the sequel. Who knows? Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's pretty cool. Right then, let's go check out these raptors. Before we do that, just in case they eat my Majungasauruses, as you know, they definitely will. Let's get that one sold and get these two transferred over to our big swampy habitat. I'm a little annoyed with myself that I've chosen the Jurassic World set because I think it would have been cool to do this. I really like the signposts and stuff. Now there is actually a mod, the Mixed mod, which will let you use some stuff in combination. We might have a look at that. I'm not totally sure if it works when you've already started the enclosure, the park, but we can find that out. And whilst we're waiting on that, let's do some grey. Love me some grey. The Grey is actually one of my favourite films. I think it's a great film. Oh. Get out the way, love. Get out the way. There we go. Keep that line down the middle. Cheeky little line, never hurt anyone. Now, the chances of me fitting a tree in there are slim, right? That would have been cool, though. I'm just trying to get some different height levels in here. I think we need like a little redwood. There's too much lack of variance. All the redwoods are like the same size. If we get some little ones in here, maybe it'll look a little bit less silly. Just getting there. I thought they look good. It looks, this is what I want. I want habitats, even in this park, habitats that kind of look like there's more to them. You know, like they go off into the distance somewhat. You can't see the end. There's some flashing lights over there. Maybe you're catching a glimpse, but it's not, you're not getting the full picture. I like that a lot. That's and they're chilling together. I have a little wonder. They look real. I love these skins. They are very, very cool. If you're into like your brighter, more ostentatious skins, this will be the series for you. If you're not, then maybe not. But yeah, that looks great to me. I want to really hang out with these on capture mode for a bit. We'll do that at the end. Let's check out these raptors. Just right there. Let's stop that for a second. Take out the green screen. Look at that beauty. It's got a slightly more Drog? That's Jurassic Park in one very small word. The face has been remodeled a little bit to look... Actually, the modeler said... Creeper, I believe it was. I said that it's made to look a little bit more like what the Jurassic World animatronics looked back in 2014, before the first film even came out. And then they got changed since then and kind of pulpified a little bit, but this is what they were originally meant to somewhat look like. For me, the remodel's great, but it's mainly about the textures and the skins. I think that's really, really cool. Let's pop them all out. We're going to have 5 different colours, and that will be perfect. There it is. That's a cool Velociraptor. Now we can use our Jurassic World Raptors and our Return to Jurassic Park Raptors, and there won't be this phenomenal difference. That's great. Really nice patterning, this kind of tiger striping, but it's a bit messy. You know, even the colours are much more interesting. This really was my problem with the default Raptors. Yeah, the model needed some love for sure, but it's just the skins were so boring. Now we've got some vibrancy in here, you know? And they're not even overly vibrant skins, but they are much more interesting, much more varied in sort of tone. There's a lot of light and dark and stuff like that. They're cool. I like them. The goats do not like them. The goats are an issue because I can't get rid of the goats unless I turn... Isn't combat on? Yeah. So technically, they should be able to kill the goats, right? I'm going to get rid of the normal feeder, just because I think we need the raptors. They have been hired to hunt the goats. There we go. I love that noise. That's very cool.
We are pleased to welcome a Velociraptor to the park.
Yes, look great. Kill the goats for me. Oh, one more. Go on, that one there. He tried to block it. He cut you off. I've seen people rage much more than you are at being cut off. Alas.
We are pleased to welcome a Velociraptor to the park.
Goats are just going to do what they want. Live their stupid goaty lives. I opened the gate. For 2 bloody seconds. I have hiccups. I don't think that's tied to opening the gate, but it just happens to happen at the same time. Stupid goats. I opened the gate for 2 seconds and suddenly there's just a flood of them. I did entirely forget they were there, in all honesty. Oh, there we go. We got a couple out. I'm sure we'll get more carnivores as well. Can you hurry up? I want to click this one. There we go. I'm sure we'll end up with more carnivores further into the series, so... Right. Can I make this a little bit more... I don't want to... This is my problem. I kind of committed to this idea, you know, we're doing this in-gen build. That's the plan. And now I'm like, well, what I really want are these nice big natural looking enclosures, and I can't really do both. It doesn't make sense as a combo, right? Aha! I found a use for my line of rock. Quite difficult this. You have to kind of string it between the trees. Right, okay, I have to remember, we're trying to go for a corporate kind of scientific-y look, so... There we go. That still isn't overboard. You can get a little glimpse of a pylon here and there. You can see the wires behind the tree line, which is pretty cool, actually. It's like made to look like this beautiful natural environment, but it's still very controlled. It's fake nature. It's fake tranquility, and that's very much what a heavily corporate environment tries to do. It often gives you the illusion of beauty and nature and freedom whilst containing you at the same time. I realise I seem like I'm railing on corporate lifestyles quite a lot, and that's very much not my intention at all. I don't really have some big anti-capitalist notion to make here. It's just, it's very much suiting what I'm trying to put out. I want to put a building in. I don't know what. What do we not have? Greenhouse. Let's put a greenhouse in. Oh god, look at it. Look at the angles. Oh, that is upsetting to my core. I think the greenhouse will actually help. Basically, help us pretend that that isn't there. That's what we're going for here. If we then cover the greenhouse in pathing, then it will kind of obscure the fact that the path isn't well shaped. Hopefully. That's the idea. That's what I'm going with anyway. Nope. Let's get those shuffled over, and we are officially done, I think, ladies and gentlemen. So, obviously we're going to spend some time now with the dinosaurs. But, if you go to the QT in the description down below, go and give me names for the Majungasaurus, which would be a medium carnivore. And if medium carnivore is not in the list, I believe it is, but if it's not, then it's large carnivore and small carnivore for the Velos. And there's a storm on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, in response to the adverse weather, please take cover until the conditions have passed.
Alright, we're going to go in capture mode, and we're going to hang out with our dinos for a little bit. Because they look really cool! I mean, that makes me so happy. There's a lot, you know, there's a lot of talk maybe about evolution's stop development, dead game, blah blah blah. And God knows, you know what, that might actually be the case. I don't know. I believed it wasn't, and I'm still holding out hope, but we'll see. Well, I tell you what, no game gives you moments like this. No game gives you this exact feeling and atmosphere in your dinosaur games. It doesn't exist. It doesn't. It just doesn't. There are a lot of problems with the game that I think won't go away without a sequel, but this is not met by any other game. I don't think it will be. I don't see anything on the horizon. I mean, I'm very excited about, say, Prehistoric Kingdom. Very, very excited. But it's a different style of game, and graphically it's a very different sort of look to it that I don't think is going to have the same atmosphere. Not necessarily a worse atmosphere, but it's not going to be the same. You know, the last game to give me this kind of atmosphere from, and my only problem, by the way, is that the storm lasts about 10 bloody seconds. If it could last like 5 minutes, that'd be great. The last game to do well, in my... Oh, that was such a good thumbnail, so we grabbed it. The last game to do well, in my opinion, is like the Hunter Primal. The Hunter Primal is vastly underrated in some ways. It is so good at creating like this terrifying dino hunting atmosphere. It's unsurpassed in my opinion in that regard. How you doing, guys? And this is really cool. I might turn the day-night cycle back on. Look at that. Now, admittedly, this is with mods, but you could definitely make a nice. You can make perfectly nice scenes without mods as well. You know, I just happen to be using mods for this playthrough. I love you, Evolution. I do. I've ragged on you many, many times, but I love you. I'm very glad this game exists. I really am. I don't want to get all emotional. That's such a cool skin, though. I love it. It's very, very cool. What are you doing, guys? What's your plans for today? You can answer as well, YouTube, if you want. I'm talking to my Majungasaurus, but feel free to get involved, you know. I still like the idea of doing like a documentary, but I just don't know if I've got like... Honestly, I don't know if I've got the patience for it. Or the voice. Or the working throat, or what I would even say. Where are my raptors? Let's go find our raptors. Do-do-do-do-do. What that? Ah, having a little threesome, and that one's just drowning itself. It's like the end of bloody Bioshock Infinite. These are all the Elizabeths. And that's, it's not Elizabeth, is it? No, it is Elizabeth. Do you want... Oh, you're such a pretty raptor. Do you want to not be inside each other before you do this? I mean, it's up to you. I'm not going to judge, but I would suggest not being inside each other. Oh, they're on the move. Into the forest we go. Shuka, 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 shuka. Was that the threat of the Majungas coming from the distance? Are they all going to start moving away? We should do this more often. You know, just chill with the dinosaurs. It helps with an environment that I like, though. There's something I really like about doing that with the camera. Zoom, zoom. It's kind of like a film, you know. Films do it all the time. It's like a very big thing in the moment in filmmaking where they're shooting a scene from a distance, then zoom, it zooms in the same shot in like one little bit. And I understand that zoom isn't a new thing, but it's a very specific style of doing it that I'm trying to reference and probably doing a very poor job. It's like a very quick action zoom and then it stops and it carries on filming that same thing. It's used a lot in action films. I hate it. Every time I see it, I'm like, nope, don't like that. I like you, though. I like you very much. Where's my orange one? My orange one's right there. You are. Hello, beautiful. It's funny. In this lighting, it looks like Return to Jurassic Park. An absolute beauty right there, folks. Absolute beauty. Let's go depth of field. It's nice with the background. Okay, right. Feel free to, like I say, name drop the Raptors and the Majunga. Any suggestions or ideas? If you, actually, honestly, if you've got any mods you'd like to see brought in, older mods, you know, not necessarily the newer mods, but any older mods for Evolution you'd like to see brought into this series, hit me up in the comment section as well. I am all ears. I am not... No, wait, did I use the wrong Majunga? Did I? No. Yeah, I don't have any particular ideas. I kind of just end up browsing through all the most popular mods and picking out the ones that I think look cool. If you do want to download any of the mods I've showcased in this video, the new ones today are the Raptor and the Majungasaurus, of course, then you can check that out in the description down below. If you want to go get any of the other mods, like the Dimorphodon, or the terrain rework, the T-Rex, the Styracosaurus, and the Oviraptor, they are featured in the descriptions of the past 2 videos. Basically, whenever we added those creatures or terrains or whatever to the game, that's when I listed them. So go check them out if you would like to do that. I love it. I love it. How can you not? I love it. I love it. That's so cool! Urgh. That field is a bit much. Can I, like, just weaken the depth of field? A little bit. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? That's pretty cool. Yeah, reduce the blur radius. That may be what I should have been doing. Okay, right, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and indeed this series. And if you're excited for our next one, we're going to really hone in on this kind of thing. Lots of swampland. I think it's going to look really, really cool. I'm going to do some research as well into maybe what swamplands would have looked like during Pangea. Kind of what we'll do is we'll design the entire terrain of the park and then build around it, and we'll do a tour going through the swamp, a Return to Jurassic Park tour. It's going to be really, really cool. But not yet. We've got a ways to go in this park yet. We're probably about a third of the way done. Yeah, something like that. We can do some bigger enclosures now. I think I'm going to keep this area shut off. But we'll see what we come up with. Lots of fun still to come. Thank you very much for joining me. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.